Hi, I'm Mark Summers, and welcome to What Would You Do? You know, this is the show that puts people into wacky situations and then asks that all-important question, what would you do? Now, I'm standing here with Richard. Richard, how long have you had your driver's license?
Couple months.
And what would you do if I told you that in just a few minutes I was going to ask you to drive a monster truck? Would that be all right?
Yep.
Did you learn how to do that in driver's ed?
Nope.
You missed that day. Now, these are your parents. How do you feel about this?
Unusual.
How about you, Dad?
Give him a treat.
All right, well, we're going to give it a shot. Let me show you what's going to be happening here. Here we go. Let me try and do myself. Helmet. There we go. I'm supposed to get on my seatbelt here. If I can find it over the helmet. That. Okay, that's down. Let me grab my mic if I can. All right, we're all set. Let's get her started. Got our seatbelts on, got our helmets on. We're going to crush some cars. Trying to start this engine, and I think it's being prolonged just to make me a little more nervous. I've watched this at 3 a.m. on ESPN numerous times, never thought I'd actually be a part of it. Now, I need to go very fast, they say. We need to go fairly quickly. We're going backwards. We should be going forwards. I'm scared to death. I don't know what to expect. Oh! Oh! Holy cow! Oh! Cut the engine. Boy, that was a thrill of a lifetime, and if you think that was great, stay tuned to more of What Would You Do? Holy man! I can't believe we were straight up, weren't we? Oh!
What would you, what would you do?
Did I look cool, calm, and collected?
You looked great.
I was so scared. I gotta tell you, when that thing went straight up, I figured that was it. I was buying the farm on that one. Now, I understand that they have a slow-mo instant replay. I can't wait to see this. Let's take a look together. Here it is. All right, here we go. Now, here, I didn't know that I should be getting nervous. That's where I started to get really scared. I said, oh, this is it. Holy cow, I can't believe we did that. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh. Now remember, kids, don't try this at home. Well, would you do that, sir?
Yeah, I'd like to do it right now.
You're a strange guy. What do you do for a living?
I work for the school system here in Orlando.
Well, that's pretty dangerous in itself, so, well, thanks for being here. Well, let me see. We have a lot of things on this show that are rather interesting. We have the Pie Pod, we have the Pie Slide, we have the Pie Pendulum, Pie Roulette, the Pie Mobile, the Pieing Squad. That's 6. Who would like to help out with our latest pieing arsenal? Anybody here? Look at all the hands go up. We have the bravest crowd here. I want to see some people who need to help me out with this. I see a young lady over here. What's your name?
Carlina.
Stand up, Carlina. Now, where you live?
I live in Palm Beach Gardens.
That's here in the Florida area, right?
Yeah.
What would you do if I told you that I was going to ask you and your family to participate in our new event called Pie in the Sky? Would you think they'd all help me?
Yes.
Is this your mom and dad over here? Hi, could you stand up? What's your name, sir?
I'm Carl.
Carl, and you are?
I'm Delon.
Are you willing to help us here?
Yes.
And what is your name?
Helena.
Helena, would you help me as well? Oh, good. Let's everybody walk down in this direction then. This will be fun. Now, I need you to stand here, and you stand here. And Carl, could you stand over there, just, you know, in here, facing out that direction? And Dawn, is it? Could you stand right over here? Now, you will notice... No, don't keep walking. Right in here, Dawn. Okay, and put your hands, yeah, just like there to hold on. That's what we're going to do now. Do you have any idea, Carl, why we call this Pie in the Sky?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Now, you notice we have just elements of pie filling up above, and I need you to... what are you giggling about? This is going to be fun, isn't it? We asked some questions about Carlina before the show, and I have them in one of my pockets here. I'm still shaking from the monster truck. Now, if indeed you folks can match up and tell us everything that she said correctly, or 3 out of the 5, you're going to be very, very dry. However, no, don't pull on those yet. Because for each wrong answer, you're going to pull down one of these little levers. And that means the pie filling will start from the top and drop down to the second one. And then the second to the third. And if the end of this situation they have more than 3 wrong or 3 of them incorrect, you'll get to pull on that. And guess what will happen?
They'll get slimed.
They'll get slimed, yeah. They'll have pie filling on them, okay? Now... Dawn, one thing I forgot to tell you, that if indeed you are really intelligent about your daughters, I'm sure you are, and as I'm sure Carl is, you know who's going to get to stand underneath there?
Yeah, me.
No, Carlina's going to go under there, and then you're going to pull the lever on her, okay? Yeah. See, we forgot to tell you that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, let's move over here just a little closer, and here's the first question. If your daughter, Carlina, could be any animal, what animal would she be? We'll go to Mom first, Dawn.
Pepper.
A bird, okay, and what do you say, Carl?
Horse.
You say a horse. Do you want to change your... I'll let you change your answer if you want. What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say Tangle the horse.
So you say a horse, and you say a horse. What was the answer?
The horse.
You said horse, and that is correct. So Mom and Dad, you each have one right. All right. So far, things aren't looking too good for you, and you haven't had anything to do yet, have you? Well, see, we can change that. All right. If your daughter could get the home phone number of any celebrity, Dawn and Carl, whose number would she want?
Oh, what's his name on TV? Wait a minute. Dylan.
Dylan?
Yeah, 9, whatever it is, 90.
90210. Yeah, Beverly Hills. Okay, how about you? Dylan. And what did you say?
Dylan.
Yes, Luke Perry, you are right. You know what that means? 3 more. They need to miss every one of these, and if they don't, you're going to get a shampoo here in just a second. I'll let you pull the lever on that, okay? Yeah, okay, good. Here's the next question. If your daughter could get a lifetime supply of any food she wanted, what food would that be?
Kit Kats.
Kit Kats. And how about you, Carl?
I say Kit Kat.
Both say Kit Kats. What was it that you said, Carlina?
Chips.
Chips, potato chips. Oh! So you know what I want you to do? Could you just kind of pull that lever down? No, not you. Yeah, go ahead. Just pull that down. Okay, and that'll just go down to the next one. All right, and I'll let you pull on this one. Why don't you pull that one down? All right. 2 more questions to go. Here we go, Dawn. If your daughter could rescue any of the castaways on Gilligan's Island, which person would she rescue?
Gilligan.
Gilligan, you hope. Yes, I bet. And how about you, Carl? Do.
Gilligan. I'll go.
So you said Gilligan. You've been doing great so far. You know so much about your daughter. Why don't you tell them?
It was Marianne.
Marianne was what it said here, okay? No, not yet. Marianne is the answer. So you need to pull on this one. Could you pull on this lever for us? Oh, there it goes. Oh, no! Well, you know what? I somehow, Carl, let me tell you, that somehow wasn't supposed to happen, but it did anyway, all right? So I'm going to let you come over. Carl, I'll tell you what, I'll ask this next question to Dawn, and if indeed she gets it incorrect, I'll let you pull this lever, okay? We'll get your answer anyway. All right, Dawn, what was your daughter's least favorite thing about school?
Can I think of
Dawn is trembling here. What do you think? What's the least favorite thing about school?
I can't mention any teacher.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Reading.
Reading. And what would you have said? What would you have said? Or social studies, reading, or what would you have said, Carl?
Just attending, maybe. I don't.
Attending, no? Well, I'm glad that thing came down on you anyway, because the answer was what?
It was homework.
It was homework, so that means you would have got decked anyway. So you know what that means, Dawn? Not yet. I'm going to just move over here. One more question? Okay, what year did Ty Cobb retire from baseball? Oh, no. Ready on the count of 3, audience. Carlina's going to pull it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here it goes. Pull on it. And go. No, number 3. That's the next one. There. Oh, my gosh, it didn't go down. Look, she was saved. She was saved. I can't believe it. Well, she was saved. Dad wasn't. How about a round of applause for the entire family? And I tell you what, can we get you a hug over here? Come on over here. Carlina, give your dad a hug for helping us out. Give your dad a big hug for helping us out. We're going to go check on the monster trucks and see if we can get a few tips in just a second here. In fact, let's do that right now. Now, Skip, Terry, stand up a second. How nervous did you get after you saw me go up in that thing?
I'm not nervous.
No, I don't know. How about you, Terry?
I was nervous.
I really thought we were going to go backwards, you know, and afterwards the man said to me, he said, you know, I'll tip this thing over about 3 times. So, yeah, how do you feel now?
Nervous.
Yeah, I'm a little scared about it. He'll be fine. He'll be terrific. Let me talk to Richard out there. Richard, can you hear me out there, Richard?
Yeah, I can.
How's it going? Are you feeling pretty confident?
Yep, yes I am.
Now, Kevin, explain what's going to happen here.
Okay, to start with, we're going to get him a little bit of warming up and get him used to the mechanicals of the vehicle. So we're going to start him off with some small cars.
All right, so let's give a demonstration. You have to crawl before you can walk. So we have some little cars over there. And now I want to make sure you have that seat belt on, don't you, Richard? The one that crosses over in front?
Yep.
Okay, this is totally safe. We've worked on this. We've done lots of experimenting prior to this. So why don't we start up the engines and give us a little demonstration on the mini cars?
Give it to Jack.
Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. It's good job, Richard. He's building up his confidence. He keeps practicing, and when we come back, we're going to find out how that monster truck really works as it crushes those cars. You won't want to miss that. Stay right where you are. All right, Skip, Kara, this is coming up. Show called What Would You Do? We had, in another episode of What Would You Do, we set up a situation where we had an actor talk somebody into getting into the back end of a horse costume with him. And I was just wondering, what would you do, sir, if we asked you to get into the back end of a horse costume? Would you do it?
I don't know. I have to think about it.
You have to think about that. I see. You would? You'd get in the back end? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's a question I want to ask you. If somebody, a stranger, was at a park like Universal here in Florida or in Hollywood, and they said, I'm doing this act, I really need some help, could you get in the back end of this horse costume, vote on it, and tell me. If you would help them and get in the back end, push the number 1 right now. However, if you would say, this guy is really strange, I wouldn't get anywhere near this, press the number 2. 1, if you would do it. 2, if you'd say, I'm walking away, I don't want anything to do with this. And let's see how brave our audience is when it comes to putting on the back end of a horse. Believe it or not, folks, we have 70% of the people in here who said they would be the back end of a horse. What did you say? Stand up.
I said yes.
You said, now why? I want to know why you do this.
Well, he sounds like he needed help.
Sounds like he needed help. See, we always have such nice people here. Well, we wanted to know, so we went back to Universal Studios in Los Angeles with my good friend Mark Smith. He put on his costume, and let's see what the people there did.
Look, I'm supposed to do a thing. What kind of work do you do?
Superintendent of school.
Us, perfect. Then you know about kids and everything. I do a thing where I'm supposed to be a dancing horse, all right? My partner has not shown up. I got how much time? I just need to practice. I need to show him me, somebody to fill in, and then maybe I can get the job. Would you help me for it? It's so simple, Lee. Come on. Just come here, Lee. Come here. Let me just stop you for a second. Put these, lean on me, Lee. Come on. Put your foot in. Oh, what a great guy. You're such a help. I've been out of work 6 months. It's so bad here. Nobody gets work. Okay, now.
Before Lee could do the horse act, he had to warm up first.
Just limber. Just first limber up. Go. Come on. A little more. Okay, now, what does the horse go but? No, a little out of him. This is what we got to practice. Left and right, okay? So just first forward. Left and right and back and left and back and left. Now, turn around, do the horse's butt wiggle. Go. All right. Turn around again. Back like this. Now, wiggle again. And give me a wee. Now, can you do the moonwalk? Watch. Oh. Okay, limber and stretch. Just stretch, pull. Oh. Pull the other way. Oh. Okay, Lee, jump up high. Horse high. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Okay, stay right here. This is perfect. Oh, Lee, there's a little hole for your head in the bottom, Lee. Lee, cut your nails, all right? All right. Woo! Lee. All right, Lee. You okay in there, Lee?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, Lee.
All
All right, look through the hole in the bottom, Lee.
I got it.
All right. Woo! Now I'll pick you up. Woo! Give him the wiggle, Lee. Right, out, left, out. Turn around. I'm gonna kneel and take a bow.
Let's see how another person does in the back of the horse costume.
Okay, now, how many years have you worked at a bank? Show me. Right, left. Now, Clarence, buck like a bronco. Kick your feet out. Again. And wiggle your back. And moonwalk backwards. Now, kick out your right foot. Kick out your left foot.
Kick out, go feet.
You got the job. Do I get the loan?
Richard should be about ready to drive his monster truck over there, so let's go back outside to Kevin, who is our teacher, and Richard. Now, Richard, any thoughts that you have going through your mind before you do this?
Not really.
Not really. You're real excited about the. He's concentrating. Skip, anything you want to say to your son before he takes off?
Can you do it?
Yep.
Okay, how about you, Terry?
Just don't get hurt.
Spoken like a true mother. All right, let's fire those engines up, and let's demonstrate how this is really done.
Give it some gas. Throttle it. Let off of it.
Go.
Yeah, don't steer it. Go.
Don't steer it.
Go on, let's go, go.
Oh, my God. Holy cow.
Beautiful. Whoa, perfect. Better than me, better than me.
Richard.
Give him a power sign
Yeah.
out there. Go
Richard,
right.
how did that feel, Richard?
A little bit scary.
I thought when I went over, that was frightening. You took it back a few more degrees than I did. Would you like that experience again? Would you do it again?
Maybe.
That's being honest. Kevin, how did he do for his first shot?
I tell you what, I think he did better than me. I think he's a regular monster truck
Well,
driver.
let's hear it. Nice job there, Skip. You got a brave son. Terry, feeling all right? Boy, that was magnificent. Well, don't go away. We're going to come back with a What Would You Do medley right after we do this. Welcome back to What Would You Do? We have a very brave 16-year-old here by the name of Richard. Now, I have to ask you what you thought when you were going over that thing, because yours was even more frightening than mine.
It was a little scary at first, but then I got used to it. About halfway over.
Yeah, he said gun it, man. You didn't waste any time. You just... So which was more difficult, going over the little cars or the real one?
The real one.
Yeah, I had a feeling. Can we show him on the monitor what he looked like here? We need to punch up the monitors here back in the studio, but you're going to have to take a look at this to believe exactly what you went through. Can we show it to Richard? Here he is. Now look at this. I thought you were over right there. Now look, you're in the air. You bounce that one, and then somehow you magically come back down. Oh, my gosh. That was great. Nice job. Can you go have a seat right there in the first stool? We are going to play our What Would You Do medley right now, and we have a young lady here who is nice enough to say that she would get to the back end of a horse, so I'd like you to have a seat. No, I want him in the first seat, Robin. I want her to go in the second one, okay? And then I need somebody else to help me in the third one. I tell you what, you look like you were excited. You go in the third one, and I need somebody else over here. We haven't been, you really want to do this? Come on over here. Follow me. Here's everybody. All right. This is the What Would You Do medley. We are going to put some cards on their heads. They have no idea what they say. We all do, of course. And I will put one on my head as well. We won't know what it says. But before we get started, we wanted to find out how... Your dad kept saying, well, I've been around cars all my life, no problem whatsoever. So what would you do if I told you that your dad's challenge here, he doesn't even have a choice, is to go outside and do the monster truck himself? You think he'll do it?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look outside. Do we have a picture of Skip out there? Where is he? I need to take a look at the monitors here. Can you hear us out there? So it's on your mom's head. Look at that. I don't think your mom is going to drive that truck. Can they hear us? Yeah, what are you going to do? You going to go for the card? Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, okay. So who's going to drive it? I think your dad is going to drive it, right? You're not going in there. All right, let's go in. Let's see him put on the helmet. Let's see him go over. Come on, let's go. Let's do it. There we go, making our move over towards the truck. She's going in? I don't believe it. This is the bravest woman in North America. My mom would go in there and just say, have you had enough to eat, honey? You know, it's a... Oh, my gosh, I can't believe this. All right, he's giving her a quick instruction. Now, make sure she has the seatbelt on, please. All right, get that seatbelt on. Any thoughts going through your mind, Richard, as you're watching this? Not really. Not really, huh?
Yeah. What is she doing?
Yeah, why is she doing this? All right, we're going to give a quick lesson there. He's teaching her how to turn it on. It's a really complicated control panel there, the way they get this car started. It's not with a key. It's with toggle switches. How many cars is she going to go over? One or two, or is she going to go over all three? Oh, what's she going to do? Oh, wait a minute. She's she's going to go over these. Yeah, she crushed those babies. Oh, Oh, they fooled me. Gosh, I thought she was really going over. Don't I look like a, well. Hi, how are you? What would you do if I told you you had to make a decision? Go for the card or go for the Pie Pod? What are you going to do?
Go for the card.
You're going to go for the card. Take it off, and it says you have to do
Pie drill.
pie drills. Do you know what pie drills are?
No.
You ever watch Gomer Pyle USMC? Is that what it is? Or UMSC or whatever, one of those things? Stand over here. We're going to show you one of those things that they used to do to get in shape. Football players do this, athletes do it. When I say go, you have to go and put a foot in each one of these tires. It just happens to be filled with whipped cream as well, okay? You want to take off your shoes? Go ahead, take off your shoes. I don't get your shoes messed up. We can always replace your socks and stuff. All right, audience, cheer on the count of 3. Here she goes. 1, 2, 3. Here she goes. Fast, 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 fast. There you go. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Nice job with whipped cream and all. Okay, way to go. All right, sir, what is your name, please?
Ryan,
And Ryan, what are you going to do, the card or the Pie Pod?
the card.
Okay, what's it say? It says,
Hidden talent.
do you have any hidden talent you can show us? You don't have any hidden talent at all?
Yes, I have.
You do? What? What can you do?
I can burp, but I don't want to do it.
You can burp, but you don't want to do it. You want me to do it? I can't burp. Why don't you want to do it? Would you rather go to the Pie Pod?
Yeah.
You'd rather go to the Pie Pod. All right, why don't you go into the Pie Pod? We'll get you all set up over there. And we'll ask you, sir, what's your name?
My name's Danny.
Where are you from, Danny?
I'm from Maryland.
What are you going to do? You going to do the card or you going to go for the Pie Pod?
I'm gonna do the card.
You're going to do the card. Pull it off, and it says what?
Limburger float.
You know what Limburger is?
Yes, cheese.
Oh, let's bring over a Limburger float here. Oh, good stuff. You want to smell it once? What do you think? You don't want to do it? Is there anybody here who will take a sip out of the Limburger? You will come on down here. I don't believe you would do this. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, you really want to take a sip out of the Limburger float? Okay, give it a shot. Just take a little sip. Oh, my gosh, how was it? Yeah, not too good. Okay, all right. You want to go to the Pie Pod, too? Come on, let's get them both in the Pie Pod. Here we go. We're going to end things up today. We didn't get to my card. What was it? A human taco. Sooner or later, we'll get to that, folks. They keep trying week after week, and I haven't done it. We're going to put them both here into the Pie Pod. You get underneath that. Now, audience, we have to decide how many pies they're going to get. 1, 2, 3, or 4. What do you think? Yes, an audience that, again, never lets me down. All right, okay, on the count of 3, we're going to let these things take off and close the show. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Pie number 1. Here's pie number 2. Pie number 3. And number 4.
A promotional fee has been paid by Skechers are fun shoes. Sneakers, boots, sandals, and shoes with lights in them called S-Lights. Skechers and Kids Foot Locker, a winning combination. Skechers, it's the S. And by Tiger Electronics. Hear the whack of the ball. Feel the tug on the reel. Tiger Sports Feel Baseball, Fishing Champion, and Sports Feel Golf.
What Would You Do is taped in front of a live studio audience in Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Florida.